Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to interact with the deployed token contract on the Block Explorer. First we need to deploy the token, and for that I will use coinshitter.com. I connect the wallet. I will deploy to the base Sipole testnet and I will leave all the settings on default. I accept terms and conditions and I deploy the token. Okay, contract is deployed and I click to the contract address and I am redirected to the Block Explorer. Here we can see the contract itself and it's already verified, and in order to interact with it we go to read contract or write contract. When we read contract we don't have to pay gas fee because we just read the data from contract. When we write contract, we change the state of the contract, meaning we write the data into the contract, and for these operations we have to pay gas fee. So when we read contract, some of the functions we can use just as is. We don't have to connect our wallet for that, but some functions are available only for the owner of the contract, and for that you need to connect owner wallet to the Block Explorer. Okay, the first function, allowance. Basically you can read how much one address is allowing to spend to another address. If you just deploy the contract you will not get any data from there because the list will be empty. The function balance off retrieves the amount of tokens on a particular account. So for example, I have the token deployed and I will add it to my MetaMask account, and 1 billion tokens will be showed on the balance. And now I can see 1 billion tokens on my balance. So if I will copy and paste this deployer address to this function and I will click query, I get this amount. You see 1 billion plus 18 zeros because this value, this is not in ETH, this is in WEI. So in order to understand how much tokens particular account has, you have to cut 18 zeros from this amount. Next function called decimals, and it retrieves amount of decimals that this token has. In this example, token has 18 decimals, which means that token can be divided on subdivisions with 18 zeros after the comma. For example, if decimals would be only 1, you could divide your token only for example, 0.1, and that's it. If decimals would be 2, you could be dividing it like 0.12. So far and so forth. So you can divide it with 18 zeros, value like this, for example. I'm not sure how many digits is here, but you got the point. So you can divide your token on subdivisions with 18 zeros. Next function retrieves the def by tax that you are specified here. Def by fee. Def fee receiver, this is the address that you specified here. This is the def wallet address. Def sell tax, this is the def sell fee that you specify here. Def LP buy tax, it's also the fee that you specify here. Get LP sell tax, it's a sell fee that you specify here. Get marketing buy tax retrieves the tax that you specify here. Get marketing fee receiver, this is the marketing wallet address that you specify here. Get marketing sell tax retrieves the value that you specify here. Get token info retrieves the information about the token, such as coin name, coin symbol, wallet addresses that you specified, the tax configuration and other settings. isExclude from fee function retrieves the boolean value true or false, which means if address that you insert here is excluded from fees or not. Deployer address will be excluded on default, so I will insert this deployer address in this field and I click query, and we see true, and this means that this address is excluded from fees, and when I do sell or buy transactions, fees that are specified here will be not applied to this address. The same thing happens with a marketing wallet address. If I copy and paste this address in this field, I click query, I also see the true. But if I will change one digit, for example like this, and I will query, it returns false because this address is dumb address actually, but this address is not excluded from fees. If it would be the real address, if someone will make transactions from this address, fees that are specified here will be applied to this address. Is excluded from transaction limit function also returns Boolean value like this function, and with this function you can find out if address is excluded from transaction limit or not. On default, marketing address, dev wallet address and marketing address are excluded from transaction limits. Transaction limit is set here, max transaction amount. And the next function, is exclude from wallet limit, is very similar to the previous one, also returns the Boolean value true or false, and with this function you can find out if the address is excluded from wallet limit or not. On default, deployer address, dev wallet address and marketing address are excluded from wallet limit, and wallet limit is defined here. Next function, max amount for transaction, retrieves the value that you are specify here, max transaction amount. Max amount for wallet retrieves the value that you specify here, max wallet amount. Name retrieves the token name. Owner retrieves the address of the owner of the token. Swap pair function retrieves the address of the liquidity pool that you usually create after deploying the token. Swapping function retrieves the Boolean value if swap is happening at this moment or not. Symbol function retrieves the coin symbol. Total by tax fees retrieves the value which represents the sum of these three settings. Total sell tax fees retrieves the value that represents the sum of sell fees that you define in this section. Total supply retrieves the total supply in way. This is not an ETH, this is way, so you need to cut 18 zeros in order to see the total supply of your token. Total tax fees retrieves value that represents the total fee amount that you specify in this section. And WETH retrieves the address of the gas token of your network. Okay, this is the functions of the read section of your contract on Block Explorer. Next, let's go to write contract section, and for this we need to connect our wallet. I will connect my MetaMask wallet. Connected. Approve, this is the function which is usually used inside the contract, so you don't have to use it. But what does it do? It approves for some spender some amount of tokens that this spender can spend from the connected wallet address. In other words, I am the owner of this address and I allow the spender to spend some amount on my behalf. So if I will insert here some dummy address, for example this one, I will insert it here and I will set amount of tokens, for example 777 tokens I allow to this address to spend, and I click write. I approve this transaction. Now we can go to read contract and check. We will use allowance function for that. It will retrieve the amount of how much my address is allowing to spend to this address. So this is the address that allowed to spend for this address 777 tokens. Decrease allowance. I can decrease the allowance that I set in this function. So I go to copy this wallet address. This is the spender address, and I subtract some value. So I will subtract 77 tokens, and I will write. So 777 tokens minus 77 will be 700, and if I go to allowance and I check again, here should be 700. You see it's 700. Increase allowance works the same, but it is used for increasing allowance. So basically, if I will copy and paste spender address here, and I will set 77, or let's do 79 for example, and I will write and confirm. And now if I will go and check allowance, it will be 779. Okay, next function, renounce ownership. This function can be called only by token owner, and it's used for renounce ownership of the token. When I deployed the token, my deployer address was assigned as token owner. If I will call this function and confirm it, the ownership of this token will be assigned to the 0 address, meaning that no one will be the owner of this address. So be careful with this function. If you want to renounce ownership of the token, you can do that here. Next function, set exclusion from fee. If you want to exclude from fees some account, some address, you can do that with this function. For example, I will copy this address and I will insert it here. I will change last 2 digits for 99 and value true. So this address will be excluded from the fees, and I click right and I confirm. And now this address, I will copy it. This address is excluded from fees, and we can check that by going to read section. Is excluded from fee. I insert this address here, 99. If I will query, it will return true. True. So this address is excluded from fee. Let's go back, write contract, set exclusion from transaction limit. It's the same function like this one, but in this function you exclude from transaction limit some address that you can specify here. Let's do that. I will insert this address which ends on 99, and I specify true here and I write it. Confirm. And now this address will be excluded from transaction limit. We can check that. We go to read contract and we can check it here. Is excluded from transaction limit. If I insert this address here and I query, it will return true. So this address is excluded from transaction limit. Moving forward, next function, set exclusion from wallet limit. The same thing. You just specify the address, you type true, and this address will be excluded from wallet limit. Let's do that. Write, confirm, and now this address is excluded from wallet limit, and we can check that here with the function is exclude from wallet limit. I insert that address here, it will return true. Here it is. Moving forward, next function, transfer. So transfer function is used to transfer from your connected wallet to some address, some amount of ETH or your token, but I'm not going to do that now. Transfer from function is used also for transferring some amount of token from address to address, and we set some amount that we want to transfer. But in order to do that, we have to have an allowance for our address to spend some funds from this address. So this address must approve for our address as a spender some amount of token. In this case, we can do the transfer with this function. If we don't have an allowance, this function will not work. Transfer ownership function, we use this function for transferring ownership to another address. We just insert the address here, we confirm, and ownership of this contract will be assigned to this address. I'm not going to do that now. We go next. Okay, next function, update dev byte tags. Together with this, update dev cell tags, update LP byte tags, update LP cell tags, update marketing byte tags, and update marketing cell tags. Those functions, those 6 functions are used for updating the tags configuration that you set here. When we deployed the token, we left those as zeros. If I want to update it, I will use these functions. So in order to do that, we need to set this amount to away also. So I go here. 1 ether is 100%. So if I want to set, for example, marketing buy fee for 1%, I need to set it for 0.01 ether, and this amount of way I copy it and I insert it here and I write it. Confirm. And you can do the same with update dev, cell tags, and all of those next functions where you can update tags configuration. Update marketing wallet address and update dev wallet address allows you to update the addresses that you specify here. For example, if you want to change them, you can do that with these functions. For example, update marketing wallet, I just insert another wallet here. I will copy this one, insert, and I will change last 3 digits for 777. I write it, confirm, and we can check it with get marketing fee receiver. You can see 777. And the last 2 functions, update max transaction amount and update max wallet amount. With these functions, you can update the values that you specify here, max transaction amount and max wallet amount that you specified here. We go to our converter again, and 1 ether is 100%. If we want to set, for example, max transaction amount for 50%, we need to specify 0.5 ether, and amount of way that represents this amount of ETH. We copy it and we go here, we insert it and write and confirm. And when our transaction goes through, max wallet amount value will be set to 50%. And that's it. That's how you interact with your contract on Block Explorer. If you have questions, post the comments under this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.